Hey everyone, welcome to Electric Guitar Basics. My name is Andrew and we are at week number 3. Let us jump into your weekly practice routine. Our alternate picking exercise for the week is going to be another spider exercise. Just remember, 1 finger per fret, so fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to apply to frets 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just keep the same pattern as we go up the neck or down the neck. So our pattern for the week is going to be 1, 4, 3, 2, like such. And as usual, we're going to use strict alternate picking, so down, up, down, up. We're going to ascend from our low E string to our high E string, like such. When we get up to the high E string, we simply move up 1 fret. That way, in this case, our index finger will be on the 2nd fret. Play the same pattern, but descend down to the low E string. And then we just continue that all the way up to the 12th fret and back. Like usual, grab yourself a kitchen timer and set it for 2 minutes. Put your metronome on to a nice, comfortable pace and see how many repetitions you can get in that 2 minutes. Timer goes off, move on to the next exercise, which is our scale pattern for the week. Scale pattern for the week is pattern 2 of the minor pentatonic scale. As with the others, we're going to use the key of A for our examples. So in this case, we're going to find our middle finger, which is going to be the finger we're going to start on. It's going to be on the 8th fret of the low E string, and we're going to play 8th fret to 10th fret. So middle finger to pinky. On the A string, our index finger is going to be on the 7th fret. Pinky is going to go to the 10th fret, so index finger, pinky. Same thing on the D string. On the G string, we're going to play from our index finger on the 7th fret to our 3rd finger on the 9th fret. And then on the B string, we're going to scoot our index finger up a fret so that it's sitting on the 8th fret. I'm going to play index finger, ring finger, and that's going to be 8th fret to 10th. And then we're going to do the same on the high E string. So all up, it will sound like thus. Now our root note or tonic in this pattern is going to be found on the D string under our index finger. So in this case, the root note is going to be on the 7th fret of our D string, which is an A note. There's also another root note to be found under our pinky on the B string, which is on the 10th fret. When you practice this scale this week, make sure that you do it in all of the natural keys. So all you have to do is find out where all the natural notes are on the D string, so A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then practice your scales from those root notes. Easy. Let's get on to our legato exercise. It's going to sound a little bit like this. This legato lick is essentially a sequence that we're going to play over each consecutive group of 3 strings on our pentatonic scale that we learnt this week. And to play it, we're simply going to do this. So it's a triplet feel. So the first part is going to be started off with our index finger on the 8th fret of the high E string, followed by a hammer on to the 10th fret, and then a pull off back to the 8th fret. And then the second part of the sequence is going to be a pull off from the 10th fret of the B string to the 8th fret, and finally we're going to pluck the 9th fret of the G string. So nice and slow, the pattern will sound like this. Then all we have to do is apply that pattern to the other string sets, like such. I'll just start from the top. Now this last group of 2 strings is where it changes. For this, we're going to play this little pattern. So what we're doing is we're plucking the 7th fret of the A string, hammering on to the 10th fret with our pinky, and then pulling off. We're then picking the 10th fret of the low E string, back to the 7th fret of the A string, and then we play the 8th fret of the low E string and give it a slight bend, just sharp, and then we pick on the 7th fret of the D string. So nice and slow, it'll go. Once you can do that, we put it all together. nice and easy. Practice this in all our natural keys once again, and you'll be good to go. Okay, last exercise is sort of our little lick for the day, which has got some bends in it, or in this case, one bend. It's going to sound like this. How's about that? I lied, there's 2 bends. Okay, so once again, this is using pattern 2 of the minor pentatonic scale, and we're starting on the top note of the pattern, so in this case, the 10th fret on the high E string, and we're going to bend up a tone, so our target note is the note on the 12th fret of the high E string. We then re-pick, so we release the bend and we re-pick the 10th fret, and we go with a triplet pattern again. So it's basically 10th fret on the E string, 8th fret on the E string, followed by 10th fret on the B string. We then play the 8th fret of the B string again, but what we're going to do is give it a slight bend. And then we simply finish the lick off with the 9th fret on the G string with some vibrato. So nice and slow, sound like this. I'll do that again. As with the legato exercise and the scale, practice playing that lick in all of the natural keys. Pay attention to the bends. So that first bend, you want to bend it in tune. The second bend is just bend slightly sharp and then cut it off. We don't want to hear the sound of the bend releasing. And then finally, just a nice sweet vibrato on that last note. Thanks once again for joining me for this week's practice routine. I really hope you're getting something out of these weekly routines and that your playing is improving. If you've gotten some value out of this, it would be awesome if you subscribed, hit the bell so that you can be notified when the next one comes out. And give me a comment down below on how it might be helping you or things that you'd like to see, or even what I could do better. Other than that, until the next video, peace guys. See you then.